Hi, it's Fanny of Living Richly on a Budget. Today we're gonna make 1,000-year-old egg and pork congee or Chinese porridge in an Instant Pot. In Chinese it's called jook, and what it's made of is it's called 1,000-year-old egg, and it's made with this egg that's a preserved duck egg. It sounds like it's been preserved for like 1,000 years or 100 years, but it's really like 6 months. And what it looks like inside looks like this. It's like a polka dotted thing, or there's some dots on it. And you can get it in the Asian grocery store. I like to get the lead-free one, so it says lead-free here if you're looking at like 6 different kinds. This is how I came about this recipe. So I was pregnant with my second child, my son, and I was craving jook, Chinese porridge. And I had my husband go to a restaurant and buy it, and what happened was when I was eating it, I found like bits of chow mein noodles in it and like other meat like chicken or something. It's supposed to be pork, and I was really grossed out, like really just grossed out by it. It's like, what, did this come from like another dish or something? Because chow mein noodles don't belong in jook, like what happened? Did they like use leftover food or something to make this dish, or it got mixed in with something else? My husband called them and got a refund, and after that I was like, I'm never going back to a restaurant to get jook again, ever, never. So I decided to just come up with my own recipe in the Instant Pot. So sharing with you today because it's something that's really easy to make in the Instant Pot, because I used to make this on a pot on a stove and I'd have to nurse it and watch it, because what happens with jook and porridge is that it tends to overboil like pasta does. It bubbles up and overboils, and you really have to watch it. But in the Instant Pot, you could just throw everything in and walk away and just come back later and your jook is ready. You don't have to watch it. So that's why I love the Instant Pot. It's for cooking things like this. What it tastes like is there's ginger in it, there's pork, so you salt the pork, then you throw in green onions and the 1,000-year-old eggs after, at the end. I'm excited to share this recipe with you, and let's get started. So this is how I salt the pork. I just slice it. I slice the pork loins into thin slices. It's about like ½ an inch. And then I lay it out on a cutting board, and then I just salt it. Put salt on top. And then I just flip it. And then I salt it again. And then for the ginger, the size I use is about this size. I can't really tell you, it's like half my hand, I don't know. And then I just slice it. I use a knife, and I just peel off the skin, and then I slice it into little slices. So I use a rice cooker cup, the one that comes with the Instant Pot. So the ratio of cups to water, like cups of rice to water, I usually use is 1 to 6, and that comes out pretty thick. Today we're gonna do 1 to 7, just to water it down a little bit more. So I usually use 2 of these, like rice cooker cup size of rice, and then I put the rest of the water. I have a dual 60, and I wouldn't go more than 2 rice cooker size cups of rice, because this porridge is gonna expand and you don't want it to overflow. Because one time I overdid it. I don't know how much I put in, and I went up all the way almost up to the top when I closed the lid, and then when I cooked it, everything overflowed. So you kind of have to be conservative with how much you're going to cook in Instant Pot. So if you have an 8-quart, you can put more. So next we're going to put in salted pork. Salted pork loin, it's about 1 pound. And then ginger. And then we're going to close the lid. And set to seal. Then you're going to do the porridge setting. So while I'm waiting for our natural release, I chopped some green onions. Just 3 bunches of green onions. And then I also peeled some preserved duck eggs, the century eggs. Don't do a quick release when you cook this, because the first couple times when I made it, when I was a Instant Pot newbie, I didn't know what I was doing, and I just did a quick release and everything just spewed all over. So in order to avoid this, you're going to do a natural release. That means after it finishes cooking, you can let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes until the pin drops on its own. Or you can wait 10 minutes of natural release, and if you're impatient like me, you can just do a quick release after 10 minutes because a lot of the pressure has been released and it's gonna be safer to do it. And you're gonna put a towel over it and you're gonna release it. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. So it's been 13 minutes after it's finished cooking. I'm just gonna do a quick release after it's been on natural release for over 10 minutes. And I'm gonna take the precaution of putting a towel on top in case anything else flies out. So here we go. So the pin has dropped and I'm gonna open the lid, so it means it's depressurized and it's ready to open. Press cancel to stop it from keeping warm, and I'm gonna open the lid. It's very, very hot, so careful. As you can see, it's expanded a lot from when we were first put in all the ingredients. Give it a stir. And now's the time I'm gonna throw in the eggs. So I have like 3 preserved duck eggs here. And while I throw it in, I'm gonna also crush it. Here's my spoon. I'm also gonna throw in the green onions and give it a stir. It's creamy, gingery, and comforting. Way better than a restaurant. If you like this video, please click thumbs up and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'll see you next time. Bye. So I use like a rice cooker cup that comes with the Instant Pot. Oops.